Process represent what? Stages in the production activities are divided into different segments. Stages in the production activities are divided into different segments. That each and every segments are known as process. Each and every segment are known as for process. This sense what? We are having raw material. We want to convert the raw material into finished goods. To convert the raw material into finished goods, in between what are all the stages are there? Those stages are called what? Process. That's why stages in the production activities are divided into different segments. That each and every segments are called process. Once the process happens, input should not equal to output. If input and output one and same means, then there is no process at all. I am giving raw material. I have to get fully finished product. So during the process, some value addition is supposed to be happen. If there is no value addition, then that is not called a process. Even to take Xerox, I am giving plain paper and I have got printed paper. Right? Same plain paper is coming, is that called a process? So some process happens, some value addition is supposed to happen. Therefore, input should not is equal to output. With respect to process, what are the features are there? The first feature is called output of the one process going to become input for the next process. One process output is going to become one process output become input for the next process. So the next process can be the portion to start only after completion of the previous process. Am I right or not? Because output of the one process is going to become input for the next process. Second one, process can be carried out either sequentially or parallelly. Sequentially means what? One after another. Parallelly means what? More than one product parallelly. So sequential processing possible in case of single product. After first process, second process, third, sequentially. Parallel processing is possible in case of joint product. More than one product means both the product parallelly we can be the producer. So the second feature is process can be carried out either sequentially or parallelly. Next, output of all the end process, nothing but the finished goods. Output of all the end process are homogeneous in nature. What is called homogeneous? Similar in nature. Okay, similar in nature. Once process happen, the end products are similar only. We can't the person to distinguish between one product and another product. All the end products are similar in nature. Next, we have to each and every process you are incurring the cost. Therefore, we have to prepare separate account for each and every process. Process 1 account separately, 2 account separately, 3 account separate account we have to prepare. Next, cost center and the cost unit definition you might have studied. What is called the cost center? It consists of location, person, item of equipment, combination of all for the purpose of ascertainment of cost is called the cost center. Cost unit represents unit of product or service or time or combination of all for the purpose of expression of cost is called the cost unit. So cost center and the cost unit. Now, where I am going to incur the cost is called the cost center. How I am going to recover the cost is called the cost unit. With respect to process costing, cost center represents what? Each and every process I have to incur a cost. Therefore, each and every process are called cost center. Process A is the cost center, process B is the cost center, or process 1 is the cost center, process 2 is the cost center. Every process is called cost center. And output of the end process, the finished goods, is called cost unit. Saleable product is called one cost unit. Now, cost center and the cost unit for the process costing. Each and every process is called cost center. Output of the end process is called cost unit. output of the last process, we have to transfer to costing P&L account. Sorry, we have to transfer to finished goods account. Output of the end process, we have to transfer to where? Finished goods account. Clear? So, these are all the features you have to remember with respect to one process costing. Are you with me or not? Understand the definition as well as what features with respect to process costing?
Yes, sir.
What are the terminologies supposed to have with respect to process costing? One is called process loss. Another is called normal loss, abnormal loss, abnormal gain. These are all the terms is supposed to have. Process loss, normal loss, abnormal loss, abnormal gain. Clear? Process loss. How much the loss incurred because of that one particular process is called process loss. I am giving input, I got output. The difference is called process loss. I have given 100 units of output. I got 80 units. I am given the 100 units of input. I got 80 units of output. Means the difference is equal to 20. The 20 is called the process loss. Because of this process loss happened, that's why it's called the process loss. Now, the 20 we are going to segregate into expected loss, unexpected loss. Based on our past experience, you know how much the expected loss. That expected loss is called normal loss. Normally, for in this process, we suppose to incur only 15 quantity is the normal loss. Then 15 is the normal loss. Remaining how much is there?
5.
5. The 5 is called over and above the normal loss. That's why it's called abnormal loss. The excess loss is called abnormal loss. So process loss 20, out of which normal loss 15, balance equal to abnormal loss. Suppose because of the efficiency of the worker, because of the good condition of the plant and machinery, because of the quality of the raw material, we got only 13 is the process loss. 13 is the process loss. Instead of 20 quantity, 13 is the process loss. Then my normal loss is how much I said? 15. Difference how much?
5.
Negative. Am I right? Therefore, process loss 15, process loss 13. Okay? Whereas normal loss, expected loss 15. Expected loss is more, but actual loss is less. The process loss is called actual loss. Expected loss 15, actually loss incurred, process loss 13. Therefore, the 2 is called abnormal gain. Understood? Therefore, normal loss is more than actual loss means that is called, the difference is called abnormal gain.
Abnormal gain.
The normal loss is less, actual loss more mean that is called one?
Normal loss.
Abnormal loss. So understood what is called the process loss, normal loss and the abnormal loss. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the abnormal gain could be something like that.